Hey, and there we go.
All right.
Yep, we're live. All right. So, hey everybody, you've probably taken a little bit of a break from the live sessions here. So we're now that the snow is melting and we're back in action here at MCC. Well, actually, we've always been here with the simulator league and everything, but we thought we'd bring back some of our live sessions and kind of tell you what is going on right now. So I'm Chris.
Also Chris.
Keep it simple. So we're going to talk to you about speed training and the success that we've had this off season, and tell you about what's coming up for speed training and how you can get involved and increase carry distance, increase your club head speed, and have more fun on the golf course this year.
Should lead to lower scores too, right? I hit my driver farther, I hit my 7-iron farther. Should translate to better golf as well.
So today, what we're going to do, I think you're going to run through
I'm going to do the program.
Yep. So we're going to go through a dynamic warm-up, and then we're actually going to take you through what speed training here at MCC is, live TV, what speed training is all about here. So if you got questions, the cool part about the live feed is you can just kind of chime in. I'll be handling the behind-the-scenes stuff, so we'll be helping you out there. So if you want any help, wondering how to register, we can take care of that after the lesson is completed. So first off, I think we got to give some attaboys.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna touch on one other thing before we get going that I've noticed just from doing this is I found one of probably the benefits of it is I now have a warm-up stretching routine I do 3 days a week. So just my overall, I wouldn't necessarily say health, but my body feels better every day when I wake up. Like I'm more ready for the day because I'm just doing a dynamic warm-up and a stretching routine 3 days a week.
100. I'm the exact same way. I don't know if you are the same way, but whenever I come out to the golf course, I'm already at the golf course, but it's usually jumping out of the office.
Like this one, the first tee, right?
Yeah, exactly. Kicking off the shoes, throwing on the spikes, and then running out there and say, hey, good, play with you guys. So, but now focusing on having a dynamic warm-up and really paying attention to, hey, this is a sport, this is athleticism, we need to get our bodies ready to move. That in itself is just catapulted the ability to swing the club faster.
So would you do this warm-up for 10 minutes, 12 minutes, however long it takes versus hit balls on the range for 10 or 12 minutes?
If I had the choice between the two, I would probably, knowing what I know now, I would probably stretch.
I would as well.
Yeah. So if you don't take anything from this and you just take the dynamic warm-up from it, you're going to be better off because of it.
Great.
So, well, should we
talk about some of the improvements we've had?
Yeah. So I'm gonna hop on the other side of the camera and I'll share the screen so people can see the improvements that they've been making.
Have we entered what they did on Tuesday yet? I don't think I have.
We haven't entered the.
So this is only 5 weeks of improvement. There were some additional gains on a lot of these guys in this last part, but we're gonna talk about our member that had the biggest percent gain over the course of the 5 to 6 weeks program. Matt Gilbertson went from swinging the club 84 miles an hour, this is with the driver, to 107 miles an hour. So think about that. That is, what is that? 23 miles an hour and a percent gain of 27. Now, roughly with like perfect smash factor, everything being ideal, that can translate to 2.67 yards of carry. I don't think we have that in our calculator. What do we have? 2.6 for our calculation?
Here, I'm gonna dive into the split screen here.
Okay, so as we're doing that though, like if we think about Matt has increased his club head speed by 23 miles an hour, and we do that multiplication at 2.6. to drive. What does that mean? That means Matt's going for it in 2 on hole number 1. Matt's going from hitting 4-iron or hybrid and on 2 to probably an 8-iron or a wedge. I mean, these numbers are crazy on how much closer he's going to be to the hole after a tee shot. Next person we're going to talk about is biggest junior gainer, Taylor Martin. She went from swinging the club at 87 miles an hour to 102 miles an hour. Now, what does that mean? Is Taylor a junior in high school right now?
She is.
Taylor's a junior in high school, pretty solid high school golfer, but where's a 102 miles an hour lander in the grand scheme of things on how fast females swing the club?
That's LPGA right there.
Faster than LPGA.
Yeah.
LPGA average is 94 miles an hour, so Taylor would be one of the faster players on the LPGA tour at 102 miles an hour.
Yeah, and so as we're looking at this right there, just the potential increase in carry yard, she's at 39 potential increase in carry yards, 39 yards.
Think about what that would do for a high school golfer, female golfer, yardages they get to play at, and how big of an advantage it is to hit the ball 40 yards farther than you did to start the season. I mean,
Right.
it's
Huge.
And then our last award is Paul Jarvis. I don't know if we call it top speed or
I threw in speed demons.
speed demon. Speed demon. Paul jumped his club head speed. I don't remember his starting number.
I got it right here.
His
So
finish.
he started at 108.
Okay.
So he's starting from a decent
Pretty
amount
fast.
of speed.
Pretty fast.
Yep, and he finished out, actually I should say he finished out the end of week 5 at, what we got there?
His highest-
126
126.
with the driver, so a potential increase, and from a guy that already swings it really fast.
Yeah.
His potential increase in carry yards goes to 46 yards of carry. So this is insane. I can't wait to see what happens when we have the driving range open and we can start clocking this stuff in, real time. So
the other thing, let's talk about how fast is 126 mile an hour club head speed. The tour average on the tour is 113. So again, like Taylor was with the LPGA, Paul is with the PGA Tour. He is on the top end of speeds that tour players swing the club. I mean, we're talking about Dustin Johnson, maybe not quite Bryson, but we're in that fastest of the fast, longest of the long PGA Tour players that Paul's swinging that club.
okay, and then the last thing that we got to talk about is how the class did collectively. Right. So collectively, this is pretty rad to see. Is that we had over 5 weeks of doing this. We had a 13.6% increase in club head speed, 32-yard increase in carry distance across the board. So that's our average right now.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is that, with that, like, well, how do I get involved in the next one? Because I want to hit the ball 40 yards farther, Chris.
I do too.
Well, with that, both Chris and Chris did the speed training alongside of everybody else. I myself went from 108 to 115 miles an hour with the driver, which I will take. I will take 7 miles an hour increase. That puts me above the tour average. Chris went from?
I'm looking at it right now. So I went from starting at 110, and I actually finished the program at 119. So I increased by 8%, 23 yards of carry. So
Wow. Chris already hit it far.
That's
He's gonna hit it really far.
yeah, that's pretty rad. All right, so let's
With that, next session, we're gonna do, for any of you that were in this already, level 2, we'll start on March 23rd, Tuesday, March 23rd.
Put that in caption. March 23rd.
March 23rd.
Okay, Tuesday,
March 23rd. We'll have signups on Google Forms like usual. And then also for anybody that's new to it, also gonna start Tuesday, March 23rd.
And multiple class signups, so it won't just be one dedicated time. We'll try and do that so it's after school. So if we got some juniors, I strongly recommend to any juniors doing this. This is a fantastic after school type program to propel you into the spring season. okay?
Exactly, and starting March 23rd will get us right to that beginning of May where golf season's really starting to hit. We've had some reps under our belt, but now we're putting everything together and we're ready for tournament season.
Love it. Well, let's, we gave out the attaboys, we gave out the class schedule. I'm gonna man the chat in the back. You're gonna do the warm-up, and I will cue you up with the graphics on there so you'll be able to see
what I'm
all the
supposed to
different
do.
warm-ups.
I've done this a few times,
Okay.
I think I got it.
Sounds good.
But I'm gonna get
So first up,
ankle circles.
Oh.
Reverse,
Live TV, folks.
reverse.
I think what we're gonna do, you're gonna go with ankle circles.
Okay, ankle circles. So you'll notice when I do these, we gotta really make sure circles are big. We're tracing big circles with our toe. And I'm doing 10 clockwise. And then I'm gonna reverse and do 10 counterclockwise. And then I'm gonna switch feet. Do 10 clockwise and 10 counterclockwise. And you'll notice as I do these, there is a speed stick in one hand to help me maintain balance, because as athletic as you all think I am, it's really just a ruse, and I need a little help. I'm gonna now go from there. Am I ready for my next move?
Yep.
Ho-ho!
We got graphics.
I'm gonna go heel to toe. So what that means is way up on the toes, pushing up, pushing your head into the ceiling, back into your heels. Up into the toes, back into the heels, toes come off the ground, and again, we're doing 10 total. Heels, toes, heels, toes. And I lost count. I think that's 6.
So the big thing about this program that I keep learning about, or harping I should say, is that it's about explosiveness, right?
Yes.
So as you're doing this, we want to make sure that you are promoting explosiveness through the whole thing. All right, next thing, leg swings.
And you're really, on all of these, you're working for range of motion, right? Because the more range of motion you have in the warm-up, the easier and the better when we get to the actual overspeed training, things are gonna go. Right, so I'm really working on big swings, each direction.
You're gonna get a sweat going in this one because we're gonna have to just rifle through it.
Okay.
All right, next up,
Storks.
stork turns.
So, side view here. So, right foot behind left knee, open up, face on, how does that look? Left leg, right heel, open up. Really, again, I'm working on range of motion. It doesn't have to be super fast. Range of motion is the most important part of this. You'll notice
You
it's
guys that I wanted to see.
We're filming live right now.
We're doing what?
3.
We're filming a live show right now.
Oh, you're doing a live show?
You're on Facebook right now.
Well, I'm probably gonna buy ping irons, new irons this year. I'd like to buy a pair, but I want to be able to compete. with-
Give us 10 minutes or so, we'll be
Well,
done.
I'm gonna go now, but I'll be back next Thursday.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, stork turns. Now I got cat dog. So this is probably a better side view, right, to really see what we're doing here. So I'm gonna start really round my back out, punching, reaching with my hand as far as I can. Pull my shoulder blades together. Pull everything back, belt buckle to the sky.
Oh, that
Right
camera.
down, round out, punch, belt buckle down, shoulder back. So it's shoulders touching, belt buckle down. Again, round, pull. So any of you that have watched us previously on any of our things, you'll notice it's pretty typical that we have a special guest join us most times, even though they do not know they're going to be our special guest. We're going to make a sign from here on out.
On air, live on air.
We're going to make a live on air, and the other sign is going to say, please enter only if you want to be a special guest for the next 30 minutes. Now you're walking in to talk with us for the next 30 minutes. Cat dogs are done. Am I to?
A-frames.
A-frame. So, left elbow or right elbow, whichever leg you start, into the knee. Fist goes into the other knee. Then keep yourself stable. Touch and reach. And I'm looking up at my hand, really reaching, really stretching. You should have a count of 2 or 3 at the top. And this is always where I need to remind myself to breathe. Because otherwise you might want to hold your breath through this, but breathe. Okay, and as we're doing this, especially when you're doing your at-home sessions, one thing we haven't talked about is, how should I dress? How should I dress for this? Because I'm starting to get warm, right?
Yep. Well, you got a sweater on right now.
But
you got golf slacks on.
So
the one thing
sweater shout out though, this
those are good.
cotton is so soft, it's so good. That's why I got it on.
But it is a workout, is the thing we keep coming back to. And so if you're expecting to do this speed training and really, get good at it, it's a workout. So I mean, dress for it. If you don't feel like you need to be in slacks and the polo when you're doing it, it's a lot of athletic moves. The whole thing is athletic. All right, A-frame's done.
That being said, you can do it in a polo and golf slacks. Just make sure what you're wearing gives you adequate range of motion again. Shoulders. Big shrugs.
Grind it out.
Circles. Get that crunchy out. So I move forwards and backwards or clockwise and counterclockwise. However you want to think about it, we're going in both directions. Okay, everybody's favorite coming up here?
Yep.
So we're going to start arm circles. Palms are going to be down. And I'm going to make 10 small circles. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I go to medium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And I just keep palms down, reverse it, 10 small backwards. 9, 10, medium.
See how fast you can do this.
Big. Okay. Normally, we're trying to get through this, but normally we're going to do some more circles. We're going to flip our palms up. This is a good chance to maybe take a 30-second break, let yourself recover before we get into forward small circles. medium. Notice it's 10, 10, and 10. Switch directions, 10, 10, and 10. Palms up.
And I think for the sake of TV, we can hammer through this.
I'm almost done with all of them.
Go down the home stretch.
Okay, close enough.
Okay,
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
lots of tens.
Okay, the best worst move we make all day, at least for me. Get to where you can see me a little bit better.
Yep. We see it everywhere.
So down, touch toes, and then grab my toes as I bend or squat. Straighten my legs back out, really stretching the hamstrings. And reach up and back. Trying to touch the wall behind me. Trying to touch the wall behind me. Down, toes, squat, grab, straighten, reach up, and back. Again, breathe. We're going to do this 10 times. I'm going to do a 5, but you're going to do a 10. So that would be 4. And 5. So you would have 5 more. But like Chris said, we're trying to get through this to keep everybody on task. Now, what's my last move? Skater. So I'm going to take my stick here, my speed stick, get it in frame. Are we in frame with that thing? Can you see it?
We're good.
And that's kind of my guide. I want to be back and forth at least that wide. So catch my balance, side to side. 20 total, 10 each way. And now with these, like everything else, notice how I gather, jump, not. Really catch yourself before you go to the next side. Okay, done with that.
All right. Now we start rolling into some real stuff.
We do. So you're gonna when you do this program, you get 3 sticks. And depending if you are male, female, senior, junior, your color combinations might be different. So first, you're gonna get a heavy one, male. It's gonna be red. Should weigh 5% more than your driver. The next one is gonna be your medium, blue. That is gonna be 12% lighter than your driver. And then last, you're gonna get a green one, which is gonna be 18% lighter than your driver. For those of you that are following along at home, if you're a junior, senior, female, you're gonna get green, blue, and yellow we do not have up here. Yellow will be your lightest club.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this program is so the majority of people fit into the standard sets with the lengths, but we have all-star sets for juniors. We have we've got even shorter sets, I believe, for the peewees and things like that. So come on in, get fit. We can definitely find the sticks that are right for your kid, anyone in your family really that's taking the program. So
and I'm going to give you cost-saving advice here for mom and dad that want to do this together at home. Let's get you the coach's kit.
Yeah.
So if you both want to do it, then we get.
I feel like we're on an infomercial.
We are. You're going to get the heavy, the medium, the light, and the ultralight. And that way you can both do it at home without having to buy 2 separate kits. You just buy one with 4 sticks.
All right, now let's hop into the last part of the dynamic warm-up. So that's the heavy club.
Heavy club, 10 swings right and left.
So right now, Goose is going to be swinging with the heavy club, and he's going to go. The really interesting part about this program is that it works left side, right side equally. And so you'll find that when you're swinging on the left side of the ball, that it really helps out your stability, and it helps to really encourage balance throughout the golf swing. I originally, when I was doing the program, I thought the left-handed swings were kind of pokey. And then I started doing it, and I was like, oh, this makes complete sense.
So you're working on both sides of the body equally. So
I think we're good. I think we're going there, right?
So now Chris is gonna go through the left-handed swings, and the whole point of the heavy club in the dynamic warm-up is to increase the swing speed progressively. So you think of like just priming the engine right now. You are getting loose, and you are just getting faster and faster and faster, because the next thing that we end up doing is going to be max outs. So the remainder of this program is to just swing it as hard as you can. And we're really not concerned about technique at all. We are all concerned about speed. 100% it's speed.
So I'm just gonna get this where I'm only recording the right hand, and I'll leave it there.
Okay.
So one of the beauties about doing this class with us, there's two main components about this, right? Why we like this program is, one, we track your results, so everything's quantifiable at the end. And two, we hold you accountable, right?
The accountability is a big part.
The accountability is huge, because lots of times you can sign up for stuff online, do a class, do 2 classes, and then never worry about it again. So to start,
so I got your sheet right here.
You got my sheet.
Perfect. So,
Okay.
and now to give you an update, right now you are trying to beat, so the fastest you've ever swung the green club was 128.
Okay. Was that normal or step change?
That was a step change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clear.
Okay. And so now what Chris is going to do, so he maxed out at 125 with the normal stance. He's going to go on the left side, and he's going to continue his max outs to balance out that swing and to really reinforce those stabilizing muscles.
And so when you get to the actual, I'm talking to give myself a little breather here. When you get to the actual speed training of this, it's not a lot of swings. It's 3 right, 3 left, each club, and then you do 3 right, 3 left, each club, and then finish with 3. So it's, what's that, 36, 39 total swings?
Your math's better than mine.
Not a lot, I could be wrong. If there's any accountants out there, if you want to check that.
Okay, so your max right now with the blue club is 119. That was in a step change. The max you've ever done in a normal stance was 116.
Okay.
So he's going to take 3 swings with the medium club, and again, these are maxed out.
119.
Oh, nice.
116. 117.
Okay, so we got 119, right?
One thing I forgot is to bring a driver up to do the last recording.
All right, so he got up to 119 in a normal swing, and you'll see what that means when we say normal swing and step change, because after we get through all of the clubs, then we go into a step change routine. All right, so next up, and you're going to be
Sure,
hammering
sweet.
through this.
Sure,
this
sweet
routine.
here.
This is good.
For those of you, this is a little bit of a cardio workout at home if you're jamming through it. So
All right.
not a bad idea to find a partner like husband, wife, do this together so you get that little break in between.
All right, so next up is the heavy club, and again, that's in a normal stance. The max that you've ever swung the heavy club is 111. That was a step change.
What's normal?
Normal was 110. And again, this heavy club now, as he's swinging this, the heavy club is 5% heavier than a typical driver for men. So
115.
115, nice.
110.
So 115 you got up to.
PR, big PR.
That's big PR. And again, going back to the lefties, balancing that out.
And it's not, we're not going through motions here, we're all out.
All right. Now we get into some fun stuff.
So I'm gonna just kind of slow-mo the first step change. Both down the line and face on so they kind of see how we're doing it before I hand.
Okay.
Right?
You do actually have down the line face on right now.
So we can start from a static in front even position, swing it forward, then back. We kind of like to just start it there, then swing up, and as it's up, as it's going up, I'm stepping to really create that separation. So it's, okay? Now we're gonna get into the real free.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna do a step change with the green club. 3 of your fastest swings you can do.
Feet are together to start. What's my number?
Your number on the step change with the green club is 128.
Okay, 130 today, boys. 21. 21, come on. 128.
All right, 128. All right, and this kind of takes some coordination first time. Is doing
I would say,
changes.
section 3, you're probably getting used to this more?
Doing the step change left-handed, I mean, definitely takes some coordination, but
Wear a glove, folks.
definitely wear a glove.
Okay, we're on blue, step changes again. Need a number?
Yep, so your fastest you've ever swung on a step change with the blue is 119.
Okay, I just hit that normal, didn't I?
You did.
It's gotta be beat. $119.
Nice.
119.
Okay, climb it.
Felt slow. 119.
Okay.
I'll take that though. 119 3 times, which was what tied for my max.
Yep. So one thing that I always like to look at with people that are doing the program is if they're capable of swinging it faster on a step change rather than a normal swing. I feel like the potential for a lot of club head speed comes from the ability to stay connected and move from that step change and be able to increase your club head speed. So that's an important analytic, I think, to this whole program.
How do you feel about the analytic that's not really, we don't always track, but if I did that, I hit 119 3 straight times rather than 119, 110, 115, that consistent value for speed.
Yep, and I think that speaks more to the person's athleticism, but their commitment to the program.
110. What's my number here? 111.
You hit 115 today.
Normal, didn't I?
Yep. 111. Okay, which is the max that you've had with the red.
Right.
So yeah, to speak to the consistency side of it, I think those that stay consistent with their gains and it's not just all over the board, that speaks to how committed you are to the program. If you're doing the workouts at home and you're staying on top of things, you're building that strength and the conditioning part of it. So you're able to maintain that level of speed. Okay, now we get into some really fun stuff.
To end, we always go back to lightest weapon, 3 maxes, normal stance.
So the fastest you've ever swung it was actually today, and that was 128. Okay.
That was a stepper, right?
That was a step change. So the fastest, well, you actually have maxed at 128 before with this club. So
I should be hoping for 30.
we're looking for 130 right now.
That's all.
If you get it, there you go.
Seven. I'm 30.
Nice. There you go. You see that? Up there, 130. So
Should I grab a driver here? I'm gonna just wander over.
So
to give you an idea, this is all of our tracking that we do on a daily speed training. So this is where the accountability comes from. This is what you want to do, driver.
Yeah, I mean, we're here.
Okay.
We're here, we're going. I'm getting peaks here.
You're about right there.
Right there, so, and this is how we end every session is, I mean, speed sticks is one thing, but how does it translate to a driver?
So the fastest you've ever swung the driver was 115.
Okay, I clicked it in. 111. I'm gonna get one more in there because that was the ground. And it'll be done.
Nice.
Just couldn't jump it today.
But you know the ability to, I mean, right now you're still, even after that, you're still 4 miles an hour faster than when you started.
With 3 consecutive swings.
With 3 consecutive swings, and on top of that, we've seen you get all the way up to 115. So, and this is just level 1. You know,
right.
This thing persists all the way through 5 levels. So, if you're interested in this, talk to us, come see us.
Shoot us a message on Facebook, shoot us an email.
Hopefully you guys got a good idea of what we've been doing. And let me just change the graphic on here real quick. We'll convert it to, there we go. Still learning how to use this, new
format thing.
So, yeah, we're all in frame, perfect. We got 4 eyeballs on us right now. So, anyways, do you have anything else to add as far as speed training is concerned?
Dress appropriately. Again, next session, level 1 and level 2 will be Tuesday, March 23rd.
Yep, we got that on the graphic. We'll continue to look through this post on YouTube and Facebook. So if there's comments that come through, we'd be happy to answer those. And then also just, gosh, the snow's melting, man. It feels like spring already. Come on by,
right.
Check out the golf shop. If you want more information on anything that we're doing, call us, stop on by. We'd be happy to help. Okay?
All right.
You winded?
I'm sweating.
All right, you guys have a great day, and hope to see you soon. Peace out.
Holy crap.